Airports are stressful for everyone, but for you as a senior, the smallest mistake can snowball into hours of frustration, lost money, or even missed flights. Here's the truth. TSA checkpoints aren't built for comfort, and you can easily get flagged, delayed, or even lose valuables without realizing what went wrong. But today, I'll show you how to flip the script. These are the 10 TSA mistakes seniors make most often, and the simple fixes that put you back in control. Some of these mistakes cost travelers hundreds of dollars every year. Others? They'll test your patience in ways you don't expect. Stick with me, because the last one is the most powerful tool you'll ever use at an airport, and most people don't even know it exists. Mistake 1. Cutting it too close. You've heard it a million times. Arrive 2 hours before your flight. Sounds fine, right? But here's the trap. For seniors, 2 hours often isn't enough. Picture this. You show up exactly 2 hours early, only to find the line curling down the hallway. Then TSA decides to double-check your medications. By the time you're through, your flight is already boarding. One small delay, and suddenly you're stressed, out of breath, and rushing through the terminal like it's a marathon. Your fix. Arrive 3 hours early. That extra hour is your safety net. It means you don't have to sprint, you don't have to panic, and you can move at your own pace. The fun twist. Don't see it as wasted time. Think of it as your personal airport theater. You get to sip your coffee and watch the show. Families juggling strollers, business travelers glued to phones, and that one guy, sprinting like the plane, will leave without him. But even if you arrive early, there's one mistake almost guaranteed to trip you up. Literally. Mistake 2. The shoe shuffle. Security lines are where dignity goes to die, especially when you're stuck untying stiff laces, balancing on one foot, or sliding across slick floors in your socks. This is when seniors stumble the most. You've seen it happen. Someone bends down, loses balance. The line behind them groans. And suddenly, the simple act of removing shoes feels like a circus act. Your fix. Slip-on shoes with good grip. They slide off fast, keep you steady, and save you from being that person holding up the line. Senior upgrade. Pack compression socks in your bag. Slip them on after security. Your legs will thank you on long flights, and you'll feel fresher when you land. Shoes are simple to fix, but the next mistake? It's in your medication bag, and it can lead to awkward conversations you don't want to have in public. Mistake 3. Medication mix-ups. Here's a mistake that gets seniors flagged more than anything else. Pills in baggies, liquids unlabeled, or meds tossed in checked luggage. Imagine standing in line while a TSA officer digs through your bag, pulling out unmarked bottles and asking you to explain every pill, with a crowd of strangers watching. Stressful? Embarrassing? You bet. Your fix. Keep medications in their original bottles or carry a doctor's note. TSA loves documentation, and it keeps you moving instead of explaining your health history to a stranger. Senior upgrade. Always pack your meds in your carry-on. Checked bags get delayed, lost, or opened. If your prescriptions end up in Denver while you're flying to Miami, your trip just got a whole lot harder. But even if your meds are squared away, your boarding pass might be telling TSA to give you a harder time. Mistake 4. Ignoring boarding pass codes. Look closely at your boarding pass. If you ever see the letters SSSS, you've just been flagged for extra screening. It's like winning the worst lottery ever. That means longer checks, more questions, and sometimes even extra scans. And seniors get tagged more often than you think. One-way flights, cash purchases, last-minute bookings. Your fix. If it happens to you, stay calm. Show a medication list or doctor's letter to speed things up. Agents move quicker when you're prepared. Fun twist. Treat it like TSA bingo. You didn't want to play, but if you're ready, you'll be the one breezing through while unprepared travelers get stuck. But what about when TSA doesn't flag you, and you still lose something valuable? That's where the bins become your biggest enemy. Mistake 5. Bin blackouts. Those gray bins? They're black holes in disguise. You put your wallet, phone, and passport in, and sometimes they don't come back out. Why? Because you're juggling too much. Glasses, meds, electronics, boarding passes. Spread across too many bins, and suddenly something's gone. Picture this. You make it to your gate, go to pull out your passport, and it's not there. Heart pounding, flight boarding, and your most important document is sitting back at security. Or worse, you realize your phone's gone because someone accidentally grabbed your tray. Your fix. Keep it simple. Wear a vest or jacket with zippered pockets. Put your essentials inside, zip it up, and drop the whole thing in one bin. One move, no scatter, no panic. Senior upgrade. Choose a jacket with arthritis-friendly zippers so you're not fumbling under pressure. But even if you keep your bins secure, TSA might still take your items, and what they do with them will surprise you. Mistake 6. Losing items to confiscation. Here's a shocker most people don't realize. TSA confiscates millions of items every year. Scissors, nail clippers, lighters, even bottles of honey. And once they take it from you, it's gone. Now here's the part that really stings. TSA doesn't throw those items away. Nope, they sell them off in bulk auctions. That $40 Swiss Army knife? Someone just scored it online for $3. Picture yourself watching an officer drop your favorite lighter into the note bin. No explanation, no second chance. Just gone. Your fix. Double-check TSAs. What can I bring? List before you pack. If you're not sure, ship it ahead. Shipping costs a few bucks. Losing your item? That's forever. What to say? Ask, can you explain why this item violates the rules? Agents sometimes make mistakes too, and politely asking can save your stuff. But here's a secret most travelers, especially seniors, don't know. TSA's power isn't as unlimited as they make it look. Mistake 7. Forgetting TSA's limits. Uniforms, badges, scanners. TSA looks official. But the truth, TSA agents are not police. They can search your bags and take prohibited items, but they cannot arrest you. If they find something illegal, they have to call airport police. They also cannot force you to unlock your phone, hand over passwords, or toss your passport in a bin. But many seniors don't know this, so they just comply with whatever's asked. Your fix. Use this one magic question. Is this a requirement or a request? Agents must tell you. If it's optional, you just saved yourself stress and maybe even your privacy. Fun twist. Think of TSA like mall security. They look tough, but if things get serious, they have to call in the real cops. But the next mistake isn't about authority. It's about those scanners that make you feel like you're in a sci-fi movie. Mistake 8. Scanner confusion. Years ago, scanners showed way too much. It was basically like being strip scanned. After privacy complaints, TSA switched to cartoon-style outlines in 2013. That's better. But here's where seniors get caught. Implants, pacemakers, hip replacements. These often trigger the alarm and lead to more screening. Picture yourself standing there while the scanner flashes red, and suddenly you're pulled aside for a pat-down you didn't want. Your fix. Tell the officer about your devices before stepping in. Or simply say, I'd prefer a pat-down instead. That's your right. Senior upgrade. Bring a doctor's note about implants or medical devices. That little paper can save you from repeated explanations in front of a line of strangers. But once you're in a pat-down, most seniors don't know the rights they already have, and not knowing them can make things really uncomfortable. Mistake 9. Not knowing your pat-down rights. Here's the thing. TSA won't volunteer this information, but you have specific rights during a pat-down. You can ask for a private screening. You can ask for a same-gender officer. You can request fresh gloves. And the most important part, you can stop the process at any time. Imagine how much more confident you'd feel knowing that you control the situation, not them. Your fix. Speak up. Say, I'd like this done in a private room with my companion present, please. It's your right, and TSA has to honor it. Fun twist. Think of it like customizing your meal order. You don't have to take it the way it's served. You can ask for what makes you comfortable. But while you're focused on what happens to you at the checkpoint, don't forget, TSA is also messing with your checked luggage. Mistake 10. Checked bag blindness. Every single checked bag goes through a scanner. About 5% of them, they get opened by hand. TSA is supposed to leave a notice if they cut your lock or dig through your stuff. But sometimes that notice never shows up. Picture opening your suitcase in your hotel room only to find your lock broken, clothes shuffled around, and maybe even something missing. No note. No explanation. Your fix. Use TSA-approved locks. They can open those without breaking them. And never pack medications or valuables in checked bags. Keep those in your carry-on where you control them. Senior upgrade. Label pill bottles and medical items clearly. Agents appreciate it, and it makes inspections faster. But here's the biggest mistake seniors make: not using the single most powerful tool you have in the TSA process. This is your ultimate trump card. If something feels wrong, an agent being pushy, a request that doesn't sit right, or confusion about the rules, you don't have to argue. You don't have to feel intimidated. All you have to say is, "I'd like a supervisor, please." That one line resets the situation. It brings in higher authority, stops bad behavior, and gives you back control. Most seniors don't realize how powerful this option is, but it's always there. So there you have it. The 10 TSA mistakes that seniors make all the time. If you avoid them, you'll save money, skip stress, and walk through security with confidence. But here's the truth. TSA is only half the battle. The real traps are at the airlines. Hidden fees, sneaky charges, and surprise costs that hit seniors harder than anyone else. In my next video, I'll show you how to dodge those fees before they drain your wallet. Think of it as senior travel judo, flipping the airline's tricks right back at them. Smarter trips, smoother travel, that's the route to anywhere.